Like,
Ding 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 ding. Oh shoot! Don't worry, nothing
yeah, you
happened.
getting
Nothing
ready?
happened.
Okay, you getting ready for
Yes,
tomorrow?
I am ready for no, just keep going. You gotta do the intro. This one's gonna be a good one.
Get the bong. Yeah. Well, anyway, whatever. Anyway, welcome to the PSBS. That's the PlayStation podcast. I'm your host, Coach PSN Body Boys, and my co-host here
Andrew
is
Reyes, PSN double O is.
Double O
You gotta
is.
change it for this week.
Yeah. You gotta change it for this week. Yeah, Double O is. Even though if you go search that on PSN, you won't find it. Or you might, but it won't be him.
Make that count tonight.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Gotta hurry and claim that PSN name.
Or change it.
Or change it.
Sony.
But
Killing me here.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, this is episode 37, I believe.
Yes.
And I don't know. I know we say this probably every week or every other week, but this might be a short episode because I don't have that much news items written
There
down.
might be some
So we'll see.
depth to find in these things to talk about because this week's going to be a pretty big week. Black Ops 3 is launching. We will have impressions of that next week from both of us.
Yes.
What are you talking about it?
Yeah, I should have it by then, but whether if I played it by then, we'll see.
Maybe we can get a little bit of stuff on the co-op.
You know what else will be out by
What
next
else?
week? By next podcast? Fallout 4.
No.
Yeah, it'll be out by next podcast.
After all those long
Amazing.
years.
Yep. So, all that good stuff.
Maybe
Next week. It's not like
we should also open it up for people once we have our communities open. Like we're gonna have our Black Ops community start running this week. So
Yes.
it will only be a thing for maybe like 4 days until Fallout 4 comes out. So what we would really like the next podcast. I mean, you can still send questions about anything where appropriate, but since we're really going to be talking about those two games next week, send in centric questions about Call of Duty or Fallout 4. We'll answer some of them.
Yep.
Or most likely all of them, but hopefully it's not stuff like story. If you really rush the story and you're like, oh, what's going to happen in Fallout 5? I don't know. So, exciting stuff, man.
Oh yeah, a lot of good stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, a lot of good stuff to look forward to next week. But going into things that happened this past week, news and stuff like that. You mentioned Sony changing our names. When can we change our names? We don't know when we're gonna be able to change our names, but we do know starting next week you can change your avatar on PS4.
Yay!
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is a weird thing. Like, you can't buy or access avatars on PS4, like through the PS4 system.
Only on PS3 you can do that.
Yeah, on PS3 you can do that, or if you go to the web store, maybe you can do that.
And on the Vita, you can like change like part of your avatar, but it's not like really your avatar on the Vita.
I don't know. But all you can do on PS4 is just have your avatar you got from PS3, and then if you have the PlayStation app, you can do custom avatar.
Yeah, which you can put your face or like put whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, but of course only certain people can see it because when you said it's private or public name, whatever. But you couldn't buy avatars or change them on PS4, but you can starting next week. You'll be able to buy avatars from the PlayStation Store and change them out on the system. So there's something. Progress. Yeah, so that's something to look forward to next week.
So when will we be able to plug in our Vitas to the PS4 and have it talk to each other?
I don't know.
That's another feature I want.
I want them to talk, have conversations, be like, "Hey, what's up? What's up?
I see.
Fallout 4 is going on
Are
here."
we going to be playing Fallout 4 on the Vita?
Oh yeah, gotta get that awesome remote play they're hyping up.
I mean, it was done by someone else to get those controls nailed down.
Yeah, so there you go. They're taking it seriously.
They look, Bethesda loves the Vita, even though they don't make any games for it. But
so it's like, oh, we love the Vita, but we ain't gonna make a game for it.
like, here was the staggering number about even though it's not PlayStation related. Nintendo's currently having trouble with the third parties and such, right? I believe it was EA talking about with the new NX system is that they're looking at every possible opportunity to work with the NX. Every possible opportunity. Because they gave a comparison here of how many games they released for the Wii. They released 35 plus games for the Wii. You want to know how many games they've only released for the Wii U? 4. So that was quite a staggering number.
Yeah, I mean, it was the same thing when the Wii U came out. Like, when the Wii U first came out at launch, it seemed really aggressive. Like, yeah, we're going to get that third-party support. Because, I mean, right at launch, you had stuff like Call of Duty, Mass Effect 3, Batman Arkham City. You know, you had all these things coming out to Wii U, and I was like, oh, look at this. You know, you're getting these big things, these AAA things on Wii U. But it was like, after that launch year, like, that was it. Like, the developers just said, no, never mind. Because, like, what, Call of Duty didn't go to... I mean, it's like some of the Call of Duties went to Wii U. Like, did Ghost went to Wii U, right?
Gosh, did Ghost go to Wii U?
Yeah, I think Ghost went to Wii U.
Advanced Warfare didn't go to Wii U.
No, I think Ghost did.
God. Yeah.
And
I don't think so.
And Black Ops 3 isn't.
Yeah, Black Ops 3 isn't. Nope.
You know, and then like you said, like look at EA, like I said, they put out 4 games on Wii U. So that means Mass Effect 3 is one of them.
Oh, and here's a side note thing about that. Did you hear the also bullshit excuse they gave for the campaign not being on the PS3 and Xbox 360?
For Call
yeah,
of Duty?
Something about like the weapon, because due to the fact that you can change your class and shit, like you can change whatever you want, and like the amount of players, they say that takes up too much memory, and that the system can't handle it. Because the PS4 has more memory. So I'm just like,
8 times as much memory.
Yeah, 8 times. That's what Mark Cerny said. The take one thing, whatever that was, I forgot. So then I was just like, well, you can play it solo, right? So I'm just like, why can't you just take out the co-op? Because if you took out the co-op, then you wouldn't have those issues persist.
Yeah, but then the game might be too hard, and you have to scale it back. And
at least in like the digital versions of the game, and hopefully the retail copies explicitly say it's just multiplayer and zombies. So as long as it just says that, because I saw that it does, so I'm very happy. But still, it's $50. I'm just like, it should be 40.
Yeah.
Anyways, just a little note about Black Ops 3 before it comes out, and then. Another note for like the PC players of Black Ops, they'll get like custom map support, but I feel like this is something that was a bit of an afterthought because it's like launching like Q1 2016, and like you know how the lifespan of Call of Duties go, right? It's like, you know, map packs will come out, and then we'll already have the announcement of the next Call of Duty. It's just like, I don't know. But then there were some more interesting stats. I think this one's going to be interesting to people about the player base of Black Ops 2. Did you read about this?
Yeah, I read about this.
Crazy, right? Well, what was it? 12 million, correct?
Yeah, 12
monthly
million
people. Insane. They said that's more than the Battlefields combined.
Yeah, I mean monthly. It is pretty insane.
I think that's crazy.
Well, I mean, I still see people play Black Ops 2. Like on my friends list, I see sometimes. Yeah, but I mean, Black Ops 2 also is that. Well, I mean, I think every Call of Duty kind of does it, but Black Ops 2 I know did it a lot. Was that it was in the top 10, like every month for the whole year.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Like it released, like it was always in the top 10 best-selling games. Like that game just sold like crazy. You know, so I mean, is this Black Ops 2 the best-selling one? I would assume.
Gosh. Well, I mean, it was like the biggest like launch of Call of Duty. Black Ops 2 was the biggest launch.
So yeah, I don't know if Advanced. I know Ghost didn't sell as well.
No, Ghost and Advanced Warfare didn't. I mean, Advanced Warfare was a bit more than Ghost, but no, because Call of Duty's plateauing right now.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see how Call of Duty, where Black Ops 3 goes, because again, you have the Black Ops name brand.
Ops name brand, which is it's like kind of like the Modern Warfare name brand, but instead this is the Black Ops name brand, because Black Ops resonates with a lot of people because they like those Call of Duties better than the Infinity Ward or the Sledgehammer Call of Duties.
Exactly. You know, like you got that name brand. And of course, zombies is always a big selling point, because I mean, zombies really wasn't in Advanced Warfare right away. Yeah, not right away.
But you said you got like the has-been zombies and Advanced Warfare. Sorry, I'm just going to throw that out there to people. I'm sure people know. It's not like, oh my gosh, I'm hating on zombies, but let's all admit it to people, it wasn't the zombies that we needed or wanted.
Yeah, Black Ops 3 is like the full zombie experience.
You know, they're touting that, so fingers crossed, we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah. So, yeah, so there's that. Anyway, let's see what else I got on my list. Speaking of tomorrow or today or whatever, well, it's already there, but let's go over it. I want to go over it, because we always do when it's there. But the new PlayStation Plus games came out this week. And the games this month include, on PS4, you're getting Magicka 2.
Magicka 2.
And Magicka 2. And The Walking Dead Season 2.
On PS4, the PS4 version.
Yes. PS3, they have Beyond Good and Evil.
Ooh.
So that's cool, because I actually have not played that game. So there's something on there. Mass Effect 2.
Ooh.
Dragon Fin Soup. Don't know that one.
Dragon Fin Soup.
And on Vita, we're getting a PSP game, Invisimals.
Remember
Invisimals? Yeah, but it is PS Vita compatible. Invisimals is a funny game because like that is the game that finally brought the camera to the US on PSP.
I know. That was like the big deal for the PSP.
Because like I remember for PSP for the longest time I wanted that damn camera attachment for PSP.
But remember, this was the age before the smartphones, people, where you just get the
it was. Like, when I had my PSP, I didn't really even have a cell phone, I think, when I had my PSP. So, like, every time I would see in, like, the game magazine stuff, like, the camera attachment, like, it was only available in Japan or something, and, like, they kept saying it was coming to America, but it never came. And I really wanted it. I was like, oh, I want to be able to take pictures. I can use my PSP as a camera. And, like you said, it was before smartphones. It was before I had this. I was like, oh, I want this camera piece. And then, like, by the time Invisimals came out and finally brought the camera over to the U.S., I think two things happened. One, I think I had an iPhone by then. I think the iPhone 4 was out by then. Cause that was my first like smartphone.
Yeah, I think the game released like in 2010.
I believe so. Because like I said, two things happened. One, I think I had an iPhone 4 already, so I was like, oh well, I have a camera now. And two, I had a PSP Go at the time, and the camera was not compatible with PSP Go. Because the PSP Go don't have that export, the port on it for the camera. But they did. It was so crazy. They did sell this piece though that did make the camera compatible with PSP Go, but it was this crazy like steering wheel looking thing you wrap around your Vita. Not your Vita, your PSP Go.
Oh, so that was the. Oh, so that was for the PSP 1000.
No. If you had a PSP 1000, the camera was compatible with it.
The later
if you had if you had a PSP, no, I had a PSP Go.
Yeah.
And the PSP Go was not compatible with the camera.
No.
So I'm saying, by the time the camera came out, I already had a PSP Go and an iPhone 4, so I did not need this camera attachment whatsoever.
Okay.
But they did sell a piece for your PSP Go that made the camera compatible, but it was this weird loop thing that like wrapped around the whole freaking system. What? And you just snap the camera on top, and it was crazy. I was like, what the hell is this?
That is insane.
But since the Vita has a camera built into it, you can play Invisimals right off the bat, without plugging a camera in.
Invisimals,
yeah. So there's a rundown on that game. But yeah, looking at the other games, like I said, it's still some good stuff. I mean, Mass Effect 2, you should have played it by now, but it's there for free. Even though you can practically get the game for free, because it's been like dirt cheap.
I mean, it's like
over the years.
Oh my gosh, you can't even get the collection for like what, $5? Well, that was when it was on sale at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had like the whole trilogy was like $5 or $10.
Yeah, it was
like
$5 or $10 digitally. So I already have Mass Effect 2 because I bought Mass Effect 1 out of curiosity. We're not getting we're gonna get a collection one day, but it's not anytime soon.
Yeah, and then Beyond Good and Evil, that's always cool because that sequel's coming whenever.
Or never. Just kidding.
Never.
Or never. That'd be pretty funny, but.
Oh yeah, it's just that Beyond Good and Evil 2 is whenever, and the one I'm excited for because I was complaining about it the other day. Walking Dead Season 2 is going to be free.
Hey, so then you can play the additional piece.
Yes, that DLC. Which, if you don't know, I'm gonna remind you real quick. Yeah, they announced they're doing the 3-part Michonne Walking Dead story. But that Telltale's working on. But technically, it's DLC for Season 2, so you actually have to have Season 2 to play it.
Mm-hmm.
And since I didn't have Season 2 on PS4, I complained about this previously on the show. But now it's free, so I can redeem it and have it. And so when that when those episodes come out, I can get those. So
yeah, this will help people that maybe don't want to purchase season 2 again. Like if they bought it like on Vita or PS3, they want to carry over their stuff. So does that mean you're gonna play the campaign of season 2 again?
Nope.
Oh, so you're gonna have those like 0% trophies on that.
I guess.
But you'll have like the 20% if you just beat the additional content.
Yeah. Additional content, yeah.
I'm gonna leave Kenny. Just oh, I should not say anything about Kenny.
I'll say about Kenny.
Wait, you watched the? People need to see that prank call video with the kid.
Yeah, the prank call.
That was funny, huh?
Yeah.
I am a Christian man. Where can I find a goddamn boat? I thought you were a Christian man. Nope.
Nope.
You think you leave the nautical shit to me? I want to call some boat shops and get that soundboard. Now hold on a damn minute. What was it? That's my son, Duck Jr. Wait, Ken Jr. My bad, Ken Jr.
We'll call him Duck.
Oh yeah, Duck. And then he like shoots like this up. That was my son, Ken Jr. Oh yeah, wait, and then my favorite one. What was it? You know, Urban. You know, Urban.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, go look it up. It's the Kenny prank call, Walking Dead. It's
from Ice and Jam. He also does the Lee Everett soundboard for, you've already seen that one, the one with Call of Duty Black Ops 2 playing zombies, and the kids get freaked out at his voice. That was, and then one of them finds out that he's from Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, it's like, where are your parents? You know, these little kids are playing Call of Duty.
He's like, he's like, I don't know, some state. He's all like, Montana or something. and then, what was like I don't know. It was just hilarious. Everyone look those up.
Yeah, great videos. But speaking of trophies, I don't bring it up too often on the show, but this caught my eye. But the Fallout 4 trophy list came out.
Doesn't spoil too much.
Past week. Doesn't spoil too much.
It's just title names of quests.
Yeah, like a lot of quests. I mean, it's very similar to Fallout 4. You know, do the quest, get a trophy. You know, get to level 5 with so much karma. Get to level 10 with so much karma. You know, onward. The only thing that I want to bring up, because it kind of got me a bit worried, was the there's like one trophy that says align yourself with this person or something. And that got me worried because I'm afraid that Fallout 4 might use the alignment element from New Vegas, which I hated so very much.
Now remind people, what was this?
Yeah, so here's my big problem with New Vegas. New Vegas did this thing where like they had these factions in the world, and basically when you talk and interact with these guys, you kind of align yourself with them, and when you align yourself with this faction, it locks out certain other quests. So by aligning yourself with these guys, you do these quests and do these quests, and all these other ones are locked out, and they did have trophies set to those quests. So basically, if I follow this path, I can get all these missions done, but I will not be able to get these missions done. And what the developer was trying to do by accomplishing that was saying, hey, what if we made the playthrough shorter, you know, but you do multiple playthroughs because you have to do all the factions, do all the quests through different factions. And I hated that because I don't want to do multiple playthroughs in Fallout. I want to do one long playthrough where I do everything. I mean, sure, you can do those missions in different ways, but you still, you know, can do them all, you know, in one playthrough. So that's what I'm afraid of with Fallout 4 is going to do that, where like, you know, hey, you're with this faction, so you can only do these missions and these get these trophies. And if you want the platinum, you're going to have to do multiple playthroughs doing different paths, you know, intentionally making yourself do opposite choices and do all these other things. And I don't really want to do that. You know, I kind of just want to do one long playthrough with one character and try to explore everything and do everything, you know, with one character.
Oh, it seems annoying.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm kind of afraid because, I don't know, because Bethesda's really being tight-lipped about the game. Not in a worrying way, but just in a, you know, you're going to see when you play it.
Oh, for Fallout?
Fallout 4, yeah.
I know, it's a lot of, I mean, hell, I mean, like, stuff like the main menu of the game and stuff like that, that's just, you know, being leaked and all that stuff. It's kind of crazy, you know, we haven't really don't know. That's good. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a war or anything. I'm just saying like Bethesda's really keeping it close. You know what's in Fallout 4. I mean, yeah, we did have the big showcase at E3, but since then we haven't really got that much since E3.
Like, I had friends of mine that were worried, like, I don't want to see too much. I'm like, the stuff that you saw, like, at an announcement, you basically, like, watched everything. And then there was, like, a little bit of other stuff here and there, but, like, they were very small. And then, like, there were the additional videos they uploaded on YouTube were just animated videos.
Exactly, and that's the thing, though. Bethesda's really, they don't want, like, nothing getting out about the story. Like, they really want to keep the story secret. And I'm like, that's fine, but I just want to know about the faction thing. They're not going to talk about it because that's part of the story. You know, and the trophies, like I said, got me a little worried because I don't want to do that. You know,
and then God knows the ending, right? I mean, but I'm sure they learn their lesson with Fallout 3.
Oh yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're gonna. It's not gonna be Fallout 3.
I mean, at the time, I mean, yeah, it was like considered like. I mean, I don't think the ending itself wasn't terrible, but like due to the way that the gameplay that it worked, it wasn't good, right?
Yeah, like it ended your game.
I mean, yeah, that was like considered one of the worst endings.
Yeah, I mean, it's an open world game that encourages you to explore, and oh, sorry, you're done. Like when you do the last story mission.
Yeah, that's been like a very dated tactic, and this is why like I've criticized like Grand Theft Auto 5's like other two endings is because it does that to you, at least for like one character or the other, and that's just what it didn't make any sense.
Exactly, because that was the thing. Like Fallout 3 is the game that made me afraid to beat the main story of games, because now I'm afraid to beat the main story because I'm like, what happens if I beat the main story and that's it? Like I can't go back and do the side stuff, or like Grand Theft Auto 5, it's effective.
Oh yeah, I know. The Grand Theft Auto 5 one was terrible, but I mean, it was like a widespread thing of like, oh, choose option C, so then you don't like miss out on the trophies or like miss out on that character forever. So it's just like. So that was stupid. So that was a very dated thing that they added to the game, and I think it was just like a dumb ending thing that they wanted to add. But no, I think ever since that Fallout 3 one, because that was a pretty infamous one, I think like game developers have like taken notes about that. I'm pretty sure Witcher 3, after you beat the main story, you're still able to play it. Batman Arkham Knight, you should be able to still play it. Sure, Just Cause 3, when that will come out, you'll still be able to play it after you beat the main story. Red Dead Redemption, you're able to play it after the main story. Even though it came out...
Yeah.
It did come out after Fallout 3. So.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's definitely not going to happen with Fallout 4. Like, there's no way they're going to do that twice.
I know.
Well, I didn't beat New Vegas. I don't remember if you can keep playing New Vegas after you beat the main story.
No, I believe you can.
I think it depends on what ending you get, because there's like a crap ton of different endings to that game.
Yeah, there were. Look, I don't know much about New Vegas because I didn't even beat New Vegas.
There was one ending in New Vegas, like I know the DLC for sure. It does end your character. Like if you do it wrong, the end of the DLC,
ends your
like
character.
Ends your character.
That's it. It's done.
Yeah. So, elements are still there. So hopefully we'll just see how much of it is in Fallout 4.
Yeah. So close. We'll get to know. We'll get to know that. Well, maybe not, because since the game will be so big and vast, it'll take us a while to know some of this stuff.
Yeah, because I want to get the platinum in Fallout 4. I got the platinum in Fallout 3.
Yeah, that one was a bit of a tricky one. It wasn't hard, but
yeah,
I mean,
it's not hard. It just takes a while, and it's a rewarding platinum. You feel like you've done a lot once you got that platinum. You know.
I mean, I believe it took me. I mean, out of the 125 hours I played Fallout 3, I think it only took me about 85.
Yeah, that's about how long it took.
Because, and then, I was playing the DLC.
Yeah, I got all the DLC trophies too, so I have a platinum and 100%.
So, it's exciting times. Fallout 4 is almost here. Don't have to play Fallout Shelter anymore. Well, you could if you want to. But, we'll talk a little bit more about Fallout 4. I have a little topic to propose after everything's done about Fallout 4. Curious about it. We'll talk about it later. What else we got?
What else we got? Let's see. I don't know. I can't really think of a segue into this one, but we didn't. It was actually announced last week, but we didn't bring it up. But Outlast 2 was more so announced last week.
Yeah, and then they had the trailer.
Well, yeah, more. I say more so announced because it was already, it's already been announced that they're making an Outlast 2. But last week was like the real like announcement, like with Yeah, logo and trailer and everything.
Yeah, and like a tentative release window.
Yeah, fall 2016, so next year. So yeah, this is cool. I mean, they've already teased that Outlast 2 is going to be a much bigger game than Outlast 1.
I mean, I hate to bring this up, but like open world, maybe? I don't know.
I doubt it.
But I know it's kind of like it's bad for like a horror game because it's all about like the timing and like stuff like that and like how it works. So like an open world would be kind of hard, but I don't know.
I just think something more like maybe larger scale, maybe something that is kind of like a full, maybe retail game. Like think something like Alien Isolation, how it's just like a long game and it's got a lot of more elements to it.
I mean, I don't think Outlast 2 will be retail. I think it's still going to be a digital game. I mean, you're going to buy it like on Steam, you're going to buy it on a PlayStation Network and Xbox Live Marketplace. I don't know. I mean, who's the publisher? Who would publish it and put it on the store shelves?
I don't know.
But we love Outlast. I love Outlast so much. You beat it, right?
Yeah,
I know some people didn't like the endings, but then again, I mean, it's really hard to end horror stuff,
Oh,
It's always difficult. But you didn't play the DLC?
I did not.
You didn't play the DLC. DLC's pretty twisted.
Oh, it was on sale last week
too.
I didn't get it.
They're like $2.
Yeah, I wanted to get it, but I didn't.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's good. I mean, I think it's worth playing, but it's like twisted and stuff. And I'm very interested in Outlast 2 a lot for like various reasons. Not because it's more Outlast. So I'm curious. Like, are you still gonna have the camera and stuff? I'm pretty sure, right? Because that was like a Outlast staple. So I guess you would.
Yeah. They said that. They said it'll have new characters and new setting, but the camera obviously will still be a part of the story and the gameplay.
That's cool. And I like the religious idea to it, the upside down cross and stuff like that. Antichrist. Yeah, that stuff fascinates me a lot. Me being a religious man, not a Christian man, but I don't know. It seems pretty cool.
Oh, so would that mean you're excited for that show Preacher? Because their logo too is like
upside down cross. I think that'd be cool too. I mean, Preacher looked. I mean, it didn't excite me, honestly. I mean, it looked cool, and I'm sure that the books are really cool, nice. I mean, that's why people are excited.
Yeah, but that trailer did like nothing to describe like what the show was about.
Yeah, I didn't really understand what was going on.
Like, I didn't read the books, but I have read up about the books.
But then, like, I'm reading, like, people are not happy. Like, they're not, like... Oh, I'm surprised. People are not happy. They're like, this isn't the books.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, that trailer was pretty short, so it didn't really get to showing, like, hey, what's this about? And like I said, I haven't read the books myself, but I've read about them. So I'm like, yeah, they're not really saying what this is about exactly. Mm-hmm. And the books are really dark and, like, M-rated.
Yeah, and pretty violent, too.
So, yeah, and pretty violent. So it's like, it's already kind of a question, like, how is this going to work on AMC?
Walking Dead's pretty violent.
Yeah, it's violent, but, like, the book has a lot more, like, I mean, the book's violent, but the book has a lot of, like, F words and nudity and whatnot, and, like, all that's not in the show. The show has all the violence, but, like, none of the extra context to it, But Preacher is, like, just insane from all aspects, so it's just going to be harder for AMC to adapt that to their network standards.
Yeah, I'll probably actually maybe start reading the Preacher books. They seem interesting.
No, you should start reading Y the Last Man before that show hits, whenever
it does on FX. But Y the Last Man is so much further in development. No, it's not. I mean, Preacher is so much further into development.
Yeah, Preacher is premiering in May, so
Why the Last Man? We don't know.
We don't know. It's in pre-production.
Or better yet,
something.
Why do we not know?
Why do we not know?
But I don't know. But anyways, the whole idea of that is really fascinating to me. I think it'd be really cool. I think it's gonna be like twisted and like really scary. I just want them to go not insane over the top where it's like campy, but like pretty out there.
Oh, out there, Outlast.
That's why it's called Outlast.
There you go. And then the big question.
What's the big question?
Will it have VR support?
I mean, saying Sony touted how many developers again? 200? I don't know.
Something like that. I'm pretty sure Red Barrel could be one of those 200.
I mean, maybe
go...
it might not be at launch, but who knows?
Well, I mean, Outlast 2 comes out in fall 2016. The VR headset will be out by then.
You don't think they would have said it as an announcement to like kind of get people more excited about it? You know,
well, they're probably gonna wait till maybe once the VR is more
like,
in
yeah,
motion.
right, like at a trade show like at PSX or like E3.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be a good. That's a good E3 showcase because that one time when Outlast was just in a bunch of other games, maybe Outlast 2 will be like a big one to like show VR because like it's like the horror game, other than Until Dawn. But like this was like the horror game for VR.
Oh yeah, like shit, man. Outlast 2 would be so freaking intense with VR.
Oh my god. I get scared just thinking about it because like, what if we get like Outlast 1 like with VR support? It's like, oh.
Oh god, it'd be insane.
Yeah, I don't know if I would play it.
Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine having the VR headset on and then like having the move control in your hand and like the move control is the camera, so you have to actually hold your hand up to keep the night vision up. So like, if your hand gets tired, you're gonna have to put down the camera and you can't see.
Yeah, it's just like how it would be if you were actually there.
And then you have to pick the camera back up, but just with oh my god, it'd be so amazing.
Yes, it works, right?
It does work. God.
Doesn't you think that much stuff? Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe once like more VR stuff is like commercially like shown, maybe like they'll announce Outlast 2 will be a VR game.
Yeah, like it
serves itself so perfectly to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like where it's not like a gimmick, but because like it can be built from the ground up to be like that. And it's by the time Outlast 2 comes out, it would have been quite a while since the first Outlast. 2016. I mean, gosh, the first one came out in 2013, if I'm correct.
Yeah, because it came out. Let's say on PS4 it was like 2013 because it was like launch window PS4. Like the PS4 came out. No, wait. The PS4 came out 2013.
Yeah.
And then Outlast came out February 2014.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, 2014 on PS4 and 2013, I guess, on PC.
Mm-hmm.
So, there you go.
Outlast was that good first plus game. Now, if people are wondering, oh, will Outlast 2 maybe be a free plus game? Probably not. I mean, you tried it out the first Outlast. I think it's time to give them a little bit of money.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if that thing's got VR support,
instant buy day
exciting.
Oh yeah, I'll be like a little hesitant because I think I'll get legitimately scared to play Outlast on VR. Oh lordy, that's a good twisted dream to play Outlast VR.
Yep. Yeah. Well, we shall see.
Give it to us, Red Barrel.
Yep.
Anyways,
yeah. Let's see what else I got. All right, I got one more news item written
down.
Then
I can propose my little top.
Yes. So this is kind of a neat little article I read. So we love Metal Gear Solid, the franchise, and all that. Yes. Metal Gear Solid is a great franchise, but we do realize that it, much like Rockstar games, does heavily influenced by other mediums, movies specifically.
Yeah, very much out of anything from Metal Gear is movies and then other open world games that have come out.
Other open world games, and Rockstar does a lot too, inspired by movies. But sometimes with Metal Gear Solid, it's a little on the nose. Some of their movie influences. So there was an interview recently with movie director John Carpenter. And he directed the movie Escape from New York,
we all know that movie.
Yes, which is a movie that heavily inspired Metal Gear Solid. So much so that John Carpenter said in an interview that he was actually encouraged by his lawyer to sue Kojima and Konami over the game. John Carpenter, though, quoted saying he chose not to sue the company because he says Kojima is such a nice guy. He doesn't feel like suing him.
And plus, Metal Gear turned out to be an awesome property and a more relevant property than Escape New York.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where like the thing is based on got more popular than
I mean,
Metal Gear Solid.
Like we know Escape New York, but it's not like a really big. I mean, Kurt Russell is awesome, but like it's not big. It's one of his more larger known roles, but it's not like a. I don't know.
It's more of a cult thing, cult classic thing.
Yeah, it's not like a well-known, like everyone knows it kind of thing. At least in my opinion.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, the movie is about a guy, Kurt Russell, and he plays as a character whose name is Snake Plissken, and he has an eye patch,
and
a beard and everything, and the bandana and everything, and he goes on this mission to go into New York or whatever. So the character of Snake is heavily inspired by this guy. And then we even had Snake,
years later with the movie Cloverfield with the imagery of the Statue of Liberty head.
Yep, that was pulled right from Escape from New York. But like even in Metal Gear Solid 2, when Snake was in disguise, his name was Plissken. Like, what's your name? Pliskin. That's the back half of Snake Plissken. So yeah, I mean that was one where it was just heavily inspired, and but I mean it's just a funny little story to see. He's just like, nah, I just didn't feel like suing him. He's a nice guy, that was cool. And it's good to see like they acknowledging these things and said no, he's not wanting to sue or anything like that. And you like you said though, Escape from New York is such a cult thing, and then Metal Gear Solid ended up becoming the bigger franchise out of it, despite the fact that it's inspired by it. It's kind of funny. It's like when I tell people about like Deadpool. It's like Deadpool was created as a parody of Deathstroke, but yet Deadpool became more popular than Deathstroke. Like over time.
That is very true.
Deathstroke is becoming more popular right now. Like he's gaining popularity. Deathstroke.
Due to his appearances in several Batman video games and in the show
Arrow and Justice and all that stuff. But for a while, a lot of people didn't even know who Deathstroke is, and yet. Deadpool was like the parody character, and he was the only one people knew out of the two.
Yeah.
I mean, even their name's the same. It's like Slade Wilson is Deathstroke, but yet Wade Wilson is Deadpool. So, that's just an example of like, the second product became more popular than the first one.
So where were you going with all this Metal Gears?
Well, I mean that's it. I thought it was funny, like just like that it was all acknowledged. Just like,
well,
the director of the movie acknowledged that that the game did copy a lot of stuff from his movie, so much so that he could have sued, but decided not to.
Oh, because I also wanted to hear your thoughts on the possibility, the strong possibilities, almost seeming like of Metal Gear continuing.
Oh yeah, there was those,
and then
those
the
things.
LA studio closing down.
The LA studio closed down. That was the thing that happened. The LA studio worked on like what?
Just on the online. That was it.
The online components, they closed down. So whether or not online is going to get any more content has to be seen.
I don't know.
So there's that, and then there's been some rumors kicking up that Konami's already working on the next Metal Gear Solid game or planning the next Metal Gear Solid game. But as to what that is, who knows? It could be anything. Like it could be a Metal Gear Rising 2,
Right.
Or something else. But I mean, after Metal Gear Solid 5, pretty much anything that's made after this point is just not canon. Because Kojima's not involved. I mean, Kojima wasn't even involved with Metal Gear Rising. That game's not canon. Like that game's not considered canon.
Yeah, it is.
But
it takes place after everything.
Doesn't matter. Kojima actually said himself that Rising is not canon. If it doesn't have the word solid in it, it's not canon.
It's gotta have the word solid.
Yeah, it's got the word solid. Like Metal Gear Acid and Acid 2 aren't canon, but those aren't really. Acid and Acid 2 are weird because they basically just readapt the first two games as card battling games. So
I gotta count Flight for Fortune for Uncharted then.
Oh yeah, Flight for Fortune, man, it's totally canon. That parrot's a dick.
He's that's Drake's worst enemy.
Yeah, that parrot. The parrot really was like one of the hardest ones. He just spams that card and it's stupid.
He'll be the main villain of Uncharted 4?
Yeah, the parrot. The parrot
Holy
comes back.
Crap. Wait, here's the thing. Wait, do we even know the villain in Uncharted 4? Of
course not.
Isn't that weird?
They're keeping the story tight.
Yeah, they sure are. Uncharted 3 we knew.
I would love if like Uncharted 4 pulled characters from like Golden Abyss just to bring that game more canon, but then we know it's not going to happen because that was why they didn't put Golden Abyss in
the Uncharted collection.
The collection, because it didn't tie into 4 all that much.
In that story that would like, oh my gosh, Drake, it really brings it all full circle with even Golden Abyss.
but they bring back
that
what's
lady
her name?
character. I mean, seeing her HDified and super realistic, that's gonna blow my mind.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What was her name? I want to say Jessie, but that doesn't sound right. Someone to J, right?
Okay. I
Okay.
don't want to make up a name.
I beat that game like 3-4 times. I should know this.
I do, and I don't remember. The game's old. Old game's old. A lot of stuff that's happened since then.
No, because I wanted to be like what Arkham. Because that's what I like with Arkham Knight. Like in Arkham Knight, they actually did directly bring stuff from Arkham Origins to the game, just to show you, hey, that game does matter.
Well, I mean, it was the Arkham series. It was part of the but like Uncharted is different. Where like that was like on a handheld. And not many people have, so it's just I don't know.
Yeah, but they brought stuff from Arkham Origins and Blackgate, all that stuff.
What was the stupid like theory that the villain in that one would be in there? I'm like, no, whatever his name was, I forgot his name.
What?
The villain.
What are we talking about?
In Golden Abyss.
Oh yeah, the Fidel Castro looking guy.
No, not the Fidel Castro looking guy. The guy that was like working with Drake and turn against him.
Oh. Okay.
What was his name? I forgot. He had black hair. He had.
It's hard for Drake to make friends because most of his friends betray him at some point.
Only Sully.
Only Sully.
An old man.
Sully's the only person he can trust.
But.
Oh, speaking of Uncharted, there's more. I saw today on the internet a lot of people are jumping on the Brent Dalton train that we started.
Oh, really?
A couple episodes ago. Yeah, like people are throwing his name around now, like in comments and stuff, like for fan casting. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of people are like, yeah, let's get, because they saw Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. last night, the night before, and they're like, oh yeah, get Ward to be Drake, you know. So yeah, we started that.
So no more Mark Wahlberg.
No, hopefully not.
Hopefully
not. That is the fan cast going forward, is to get Brent Dalton to be.
But like, here's the thing about Mark Wahlberg. Now, no hate towards him, right? But like, he's kind of like the action star, other than like Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Not saying Dwayne the Rock Johnson should play. Actually, he should play like a muscle character, like in the Uncharted movies. That'd be kind of cool. Or like, because you know,
he'll be Eddie Rogers. It just doesn't make any sense.
Because like it's like similar to like the Bond staple. Uncharted has the Uncharted staple where like every movie he fights like the big guy.
Oh yeah, to do like the Uncharted 3 moment, that really long fight in the bar.
Yeah, that, and then like the one when he was like fighting on the plane. I mean, it's the same thing in Indiana Jones, right? They're like every Indiana Jones movie, there's like the big guy he fights. So, yeah, I think Dwayne the Rock Johnson would play that role perfectly. He can only be in there for like a little while. I mean, maybe he could be a character in there that like doesn't even really talk, and it's just like there, and he's just like the muscle for Drake to beat.
Yeah, but don't you think he's kind of past that point by now?
Like he's too well known. Like you see him, and you don't see really anyone else.
Yeah, like.
It's a little too noticeable because like he's more well known of an actor than Drake.
Yeah. I don't think he can be like just like the random thug that gets in one fight and that's it. Like I know Dave Bautista is doing that for Spectre,
but I mean,
it's Spectre, but he's still not.
He's not widely known.
He's not widely known as an actor. Like his biggest role right now is Drax, and even then he was loaded down with paint and stuff, so it's not too recognizable.
Okay.
Now in Spectre.
Yeah, true.
Now, if Dave Bautista wants to be in Uncharted as that role, then he could probably do that.
Would work, huh? Oh, same role. Bond and Drake are in the same universe.
Well, there are Sony pictures, so...
After Spectre, that's not going to be the case.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, who is, like, the best detective? It's not really detective, spy, adventurer. James Bond, Ethan Hunt, Jason Bourne, or Drake?
Nathan Drake. Going on adventures and stuff.
Bond is very good though.
Yeah, but Bond doesn't seem like just a normal guy you can hang out with when he's done doing missions. Cause Bond's got all that baggage, like, oh, you know, these girls let me die, and then I just move on to the next.
Ethan Hunt, I mean, he's just insane.
Yeah, man, you don't get to know him too much. See his personal life.
Jason Bourne, I mean, he's always on the run.
He's always on the run, and he forgets things,
and he always gets himself into trouble all the time. And then he has to let stuff to other spin-off characters that were terrible.
Yeah, he's got to redeem his own franchise. He has to come back to redeem his own franchise.
Yeah, that doesn't seem good. Bond already did that before, but like with Jason Bourne, it was more of a downhill. Ugh. Sorry, Jeremy Renner.
But Nathan Drake's just a cool guy who goes on adventures and does all this stuff. Well, until Uncharted 3 hit, and then they show his dark past, and you're like, oh no, he does have baggage.
A little bit. We all knew after all those years that wouldn't be so. And we'll maybe find out in some prequel DLC.
Yeah,
we'll see what that prequel DLC entails. Or we don't know if it's prequel. We don't know that yet. But here was the topic that I wanted to propose. It's not about Uncharted, which we love to talk about Uncharted, like we did a couple weeks ago, because we love talking about Uncharted. Uncharted's a fantastic franchise. But now we should talk about Fallout. That's a franchise. And it's staple in the video game industry, which is huge, because it's going to be a big game. You know, we talked about Call of Duty earlier. Its numbers, and especially with Black Ops 2, how it's still going strong 3 years after the game is released. So I'm just curious, because this is the first time really ever that Call of Duty has like kind of seen big competition around it, because you know you had Halo 5 release last week, so maybe that bit into a little bit on Xbox One. What else have we had? You know, we had like the music games that come out, which you know that's a section of the audience that maybe will just buy that and maybe not buy Call of Duty. We had Assassin's Creed Syndicate. And then now we're going to get Fallout 4, and then next month we're going to get Rainbow Six Siege. So, like, you know, it's a lot of games that are carrying a lot of weight, and then Rise of the Tomb Raider comes out too, you know. So, like, on Xbox it seems like really crowded. So, like, I'm curious, like, how Call of Duty is going to do this year, you know. And we talked about, you know, it's going to have the Black Ops name brand attached to it, so I just wonder how it's going to do. Because Fallout 4 seems like the big game.
Yeah, Fallout 4 is really big. I'm curious to see how they compare sales numbers. And I mean, like you said, we already mentioned it earlier. You know, they got the name brand of Black Ops now this year, because like we mentioned, like Ghosts and Advanced Warfare actually was on the decline. You know, in sales.
That's where the Call of Duty is on the plateauing.
Yeah, so it goes to show that, you know, the title is up there. It's up for grabs, like to be the next big game. You know, the thing. Because, you know, for a while it was Halo. Like, oh, Halo, you know, as the online shooter, you know, for consoles.
Yeah, which is crazy.
You know, and like everyone was trying to make the Halo killer, you know. And it happened with Call of Duty. It didn't happen till, you know, Modern Warfare, but it happened.
And hypothetically, you could say like Destiny.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, right now, the only game that's kind of has a shot right now of like overtaking Call of Duty is Destiny,
which is an Activision's own franchise.
Which is an Activision, yeah. So Activision really doesn't care if Destiny does overtake Call of Duty. But I mean, that's to be seen. We'll see.
I mean, Taken King did very well.
Taken King did really well, and we're gonna see next year, maybe if a full sequel comes out next year, we'll see how well that does.
Because originally, Taken King was supposed to be a sequel.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we'll have to see probably next year, or at least when the full sequel comes out to Destiny, how well that does, and see if the numbers go up. But I mean, Taken King did really well, and the player base is going back up. I see more people playing Destiny.
And engagement.
So, you know, engagement. So yeah, Destiny definitely has the shot of kind of overtaking Call of Duty as the new kind of online shooter. Which, you know, I mean, opinions aside of Destiny, I mean, Destiny does encourage more of a co-op play.
So that's what lends itself to sell more copies than where Call of Duty is mostly competitive. Even though Call of Duty's touting the co-op this year.
Yes.
For
yeah, that is one thing they're really embracing this year is co-op, because outside of zombies too.
Yeah,
outside because zombies is always the big thing, but like outside of zombies, we're getting co-op through the campaign and all that. So they are trying to kind of get that co-op market, because that is a very strong market that more developers need to kind of
maybe do better, because do
better by
Ubisoft tried it with Unity last year and it really didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, but that's why I bought Unity, was to play online with my friends, and I did, and
it was just kind of.
I mean, I played bad, it. We had it wasn't bad, but I mean, we had our fun, and now Syndicate doesn't have it, and we're like, well, whatever. So I didn't buy Syndicate. So I mean, that co-op market is a very strong market, and I think it's just way more appealing to people nowadays. It is co-op. People want co-op now more than competitive, I think, is what I'm starting to see. Or especially my friends, my group of friends especially, they're very strong on co-op gaming, and that's why they kind of been playing Destiny a lot, because I mean, like I said, opinions aside, Destiny is kind of the one big co-op game that's out right now. That's online, and it can support people and all that.
I think because people ask me all the time, like, why do you buy Call of Duty every single year ever since 2009? Because like I didn't buy World at War day one, but ever since then I bought every Call of Duty day one. Now because Call of Duty has that infectious hook to each game. Now, I could maybe argue that I remember I was not like hyped for Ghosts whatsoever, even despite it being, the PS4 launch title. I bought it day one for PS3 and then just transferred it over to PS4 when the time came. I remember not being excited for that one like at all, like no hype at all. And then Advanced Warfare was a little bit more hype because that was like the second game in like the new generation, like especially with the graphics and stuff, how good it looked. So that excited me a bit. But then, I played it and like beat it in a weekend. I nearly got the platinum in a week if it wasn't for that trophy glitch. So, it was very quick. The multiplayer wasn't good in it whatsoever. The community didn't respond well to the multiplayer. So where Black Ops 3 is just different is, it's really, well, at least for me, it's just a redemption game from Treyarch, I hope, because, I didn't like Black Ops 2, but apparently 12 million people still see something in it, but I didn't at all. Clearly, I mean, I played what was on the base game. I'll at least say with this disclaimer: with the base game that I played, the Black Ops, I did not like. I'm sure the DLC probably helped it, obviously, but I want the main game to be good first before I buy some DLC. But it's going to be the redemption game. I'm going to see how the campaign is and the hooks at the co-op with friends and stuff. I'm very excited about that. And then the new difficulty mode. And then, just having some of the Treyarch staples that are just different from the Infinity Ward and even Sledgehammer staples that maybe people have grown tired of in Call of Duty. That's why maybe people are leaning towards Treyarch games a bit more, is because they kind of stray away from the typical Call of Duty formula, I think, in my opinion, at least. So wherever the multiplayer goes, and I'm sure changes will also come because, they had a beta, which probably is going to help greatly. And I believe there were some videos on YouTube and on just articles in general about like what changes they made specifically. So I'm excited to see what those are, even though I didn't play the beta, unfortunately. But and then I'm hoping, we talked about this 5 or 6 weeks ago about, the Call of Duty community coming back maybe on YouTube and possibly Twitch. We hope, because also Stats on Destiny is the most streamed disc game, like console game, if that's correct, I think, currently. I think it's the most streamed game right now, so hopefully maybe when the time comes on November tomorrow, maybe Black Ops 3 can take the reins. But so that's going to be interesting. So maybe hopefully the community can strive a bit more because because of that guy Optic Nadeshot, who I like very much. He's a pro Call of Duty player. He moved over to MLG, like own proprietary streaming service, and it just sucked and was totally bad, and that was a really bad move on his part, and he totally regrets doing that because he was like the face of like competitive Call of Duty, and he just moved over to like another platform that was not very popular, not very well known, and just wasn't very good. So like that's where like the community just kind of died for like competitive Call of Duty, at least for like streaming on Twitch and stuff. So he totally regrets doing that. So hopefully, more people go to Twitch now instead, which is the feasible thing to do, or YouTube, right? Because YouTube also has the YouTube gaming streaming. So that's exciting on that front. And then I guess with the stuff with the PC modding tools, even though that might be a little too late, they should have had that stuff at launch. To be quite honest with you, right? With the PC modding tools, but. I mean, they'll be there months later because I think PC Call of Duty players have had it a little rough because the versions of those games haven't been up to snuff really at all. The PC versions of Call of Duty. So hopefully maybe this version's optimized and well ready to go when it comes out. So that'll be exciting there. I don't know. I just think in general, I think this is definitely the most excited I've been for a Call of Duty since the original Black Ops. Because I remember being very excited for the original Black Ops back in the day. Because it was like, oh, we get to go back to the Cold War and stuff.
Yeah. I just thought about it. I haven't actually bought a Call of Duty in like 2 years or so.
At least right away.
Because well, no, because what happened was I got Ghost for my PS4, but I got it through the Amazon buy 2 get 1 free.
Well, it's always a free game, but you got it though still.
So Ghost is the free game. That's what I'm saying. I got Battlefield 4 and Assassin's Creed Black Flag, so Call of Duty Ghost was my free game. Then last year Target did the buy 2 get 1 free, so I got Advanced Warfare as a free game through buy 2 get 1 free, and then I plan on getting Black Ops 3 through the buy 2 get 1 free next week at Target. So it's like I'm always getting it in the free discount or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and that's a heads up, by the way, if you don't know, Target is doing a buy 2 get 1 free next week.
Very big. No limits to it.
No limits. So if you're getting Fallout 4 on Tuesday, get something else, and you can get something for free.
Yeah. So
or whatever.
Even if maybe some people out there like, oh, Christmas is coming up, maybe that could be like your Christmas game, early Christmas.
Oh yeah. Put that away in a stocking or something.
But even still, there'll be games for you to buy on Christmas, like Rainbow Six Siege and Just Cause 3.
Yes, some big December games.
That's kind of a lot already. At least in my opinion.
Oh yeah, Just Cause 3 is going to be a huge game.
Yes, it will. I'm excited for it.
Oh yeah. Exciting.
But kind of just in summary, it's a tough one. We'll see where Fallout 4 and Black Ops 3 compete with each other, even though they're very different games. But they kind of collect kind of the same mindshare now, which is pretty remarkable because Fallout is a very popular franchise. And it resonates with a lot of people. So, I don't know. It's very... Fallout 4 is a bit more special because, it's kind of like the GTA thing where there hasn't been one, at least a core one, in years. Excluding New Vegas. New Vegas was, a core Fallout game, but, it was just expanding upon Fallout 3.
Yeah.
But now this is like the true sequel, Fallout, which we haven't seen since 2008, which is a long time.
Could have that hype, that build up.
Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic.
That's what happens when you don't annualize your games.
But remarkably, even though Call of Duty is plateauing, it's still like the top-selling game of the year. That's what Advanced Warfare was still a top-selling game in 2014. At least here in the U.S. and
So, it sold more than Grand Theft Auto 5 Remastered?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, it did.
I was expecting the remaster to just outsell everything.
That would be pretty remarkable. GTA 5 Remaster sold really well, but it's kind of hard to replicate that success again. And I'm sure, even if GTA 6 hypothetically will probably come out even more time after GTA 5, which probably be 5 or 6 years, which I always predict is probably going to be in the end of the life cycle of PS4 and Xbox One, then we'll see the same success again. But Fallout, I'm very curious about because I think it also has a chance to do very well as well. So there you go.
Yes. There you go, yeah. And look, we're almost right at the hour mark, so it's time to wrap up and everything.
Yes.
So
it's double. Double is.
Double, yeah. Double O is.
It's double. Double O is.
Double O is. But yeah. With that, with that, this has been the PSBS episode 37. Next week, like I said, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 will be out, Fallout 4 will be out. So if you have any questions on that, you
I would
can send
love
it to
questions
us.
about Black Ops 3, and then Fallout 4. Fallout 4,
Yes.
We'll see if I can play, but we'll see. I mean, I'm not saying anything.
We'll see. But yeah, so you can send us our questions through all different ways. We got the community page. You go check that out. And all that good stuff. So, like I said, with that, this has been PSBS episode 37. I'm your host, Coach TPS and Bye Boys. My co-host here is
Andrew 007 Arenas.
00 is.
Oh yeah, well yeah, 00 is. My bad. I screwed up.
00 is. Yeah.
I should not put double O in my real name. that was like the time when what was it? Lucius Fox was saying, "Bruce Wayne, don't walk out with your Batman costume on." Anyways,
yeah.
Everyone, have a good week. Enjoy Black Ops 3 or Fallout 4 or whatever you choose to play.
Yes. So yeah. Yep. So enjoy all that. Play your games, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week. And